Welcome back to Truth Empowerment. I know it's been a minute since we posted anything, and it's probably not the face that you were expecting to see. But since I got your attention, let me take a moment to talk to you about Hanukkah and if you are a believer, why you should actually be celebrating Hanukkah. So, first things first, Hanukkah, if we look at it in the Hebrew, it actually means to dedicate. It means dedication. So, Hanukkah, during this time of Hanukkah, and we're actually celebrating now, I believe it's actually we're on the fifth day of Hanukkah. So, we've been celebrating, having a good time, enjoying our family, or whatever. But ultimately, what I'm getting at is that Hanukkah actually means dedication. So during this 8 day period, we should be taking time to do a self evaluation. Look at yourself, say, hey, is there any idea, action, behavior in me that I'm doing that the Father is not pleased with? Because as a believer or an ambassador here on the earth, your life should always be reflective of the kingdom. Your life should always look different because you are reflecting heaven in the earth. You are living out the Father's will of on the earth. So your life should always look different. So with that being said, during this 8 day period, we're taking time to do a self-evaluation, to look at ourselves. I know I recently have really been dealing with my eating habits and exercising and taking better care of my body, and I'm rededicating it. See, you don't have to wait to January to do it. You can do it right now. Another reason why we should be talking about Hanukkah and why we should be celebrating Hanukkah. Well, for one, heaven is celebrating Hanukkah. Heaven is celebrating Hanukkah. Heaven keeps all the feast days are Moed. So Moed is a dedicated appointed time if we look at that in Hebrew. So and scripture tells us that 3 times a year we should be coming before the Father for a feast. So we should come before him before the feast of unleavened bread, the feast of weeks, and the feast of tabernacles. So Hanukkah's not listed in that particular scripture because it was revealed later. So the Maccabees, and do your research on it, when they rededicated to the temple, when they did not compromise, it placed a demand on heaven and another feast was created. But I'll talk about that in my next video. So going back to my point, as a believer, why we should be talking about Hanukkah and why we should be celebrating Hanukkah is because one, let's talk about this myth that's out here that is for the Jews only or for the Yehudites only. That's a lie. That's a lie. So we need to unthink that, get that up out of our minds, unlearn that completely because it's not for the Jews only. It's not for the Yehudites only. Because scripture says that the word says, I'm Yahweh and and I change not. So he's not changing his word. He's not saying it's one way this way and one way another day. But he's also, word tells us he's not a respecter person. So he's not going to isolate something for one group of people. See, he wants all of his people to come into the knowledge of the truth. The word says he wants all men to be saved and come into the knowledge of the truth. Well, I'm trying to drop some knowledge and encourage you guys to make that change. Hanukkah, all not only Hanukkah, but all the feasts we should be celebrating. We have to, yeah, first we got to get knowledge on it. So I just want to take a few moments to tell you why you should be celebrating Hanukkah. Look into it. It's not for the Jews only. See y'all.